Thank you for joining me for lesson 117 of our daily Sefer HaMitzvos study. Today we're learning about the valuations of various donations to the temple. And again, this is another one of those cases where an initial reading of the text might lead you to a different understanding of what is actually going on here. So we're doing positive mitzvah 1, 15, 16, and 17. And so positive mitzvah 115 is that we're commanded regarding the financial evaluation, the rachin, of a non-kosher animal. So the verse comes from Leviticus 27, 11 to 12. It says, he shall present the animal before the priest, and the priest shall evaluate it. And pulling that up here real quick. It says specifically, if it is an unclean animal of whose type shall not be brought as an offering to the Lord, then he shall stand up the animal before the Kohen. The Kohen shall evaluate it, whether it is good or bad, like the evaluation of the Kohen, so shall it be. But if so at this point, you've brought a donkey, a pig, whatever it is, to the Kohen and saying, I want to donate this to the temple. So what happens is you bring it to the Kohen. They evaluate it. It could also be an unclean animal, according to Rambam, or excuse me, a clean animal, according to Rambam, one that would be uh, uh, normally ready and able to be slaughtered and given as an offering. However, it has a blemish. If it's brought to the temple in order for it to be, and it's clean and unblemished, then it needs to be given as an offering. It's not given as just a donation. So if you do donate it, then it's evaluated, and then the monetary value is given toward the upkeep of the temple, and then the animal is sold. Now, while the animal's up for sale, you could buy it back. If you do decide to buy it back, then it adds on a fifth of the value. This is found in verse 13. But if he redeems it, he shall add its fifth to its value. So just the fact that it has been donated to the temple has increased its value. All right. For the donation of houses. So if a man will sanctify his house holy to God, the priest shall evaluate it. So this is Leviticus 27:14, which says, and if a man consecrates his house to be holy to the Lord, the Kohen shall evaluate it, whether good or bad. And the Kohen, as the Kohen evaluates it, so shall it remain. But if the one who consecrated it redeems his house, he shall add to it a fifth of its valuation money. It shall be his. All right, so that is basically the same thing as we talked about for the animals, but regarding his home. Now, moving on to our final mitzvah of the day, and this is regarding donating a field to the temple. So Leviticus 27:16 to 22 says, and if a man shall dedicate part of his field. So the way the Torah describes it here, it states, but if a man consecrates some of the field of his inherited property, so that's ancestral property, to the Lord, the value shall be according to its sowing. So how do you value the land? You look at how much seed can be sown there, and that is according to its value. It says an area which requires a homer of barley seed at 50 silver shekels. Now, if he consecrates his field when the Yovel, the Jubilee year, has ended, it shall remain its full valuation. But if he consecrates his field after the Yovel, the Kohen shall calculate the money for him according to the remaining years until the next Yovel, and it shall be deducted from the valuation. So the Kohen decides how much time is left, and that's how much value it has. So the seed and the time is important regarding that. Now, if he decides that he's going to redeem the field once again, he adds a fifth of the valuation, and it returns to him. If he does not redeem the field, if he has sold the field to someone else, it may no longer be redeemed. But when the field leaves in the Yovel, it shall be holy to Hashem, like a field devoted. His inherited property shall belong to the Kohen. And if he consecrates to the Lord a field that he had acquired, it is not part of his inherited territory. The Kohen shall calculate for him the amount of the valuation until the Jubilee year, and he shall be given the valuation on that day, holy to the Lord. All right, so these were three separate mitzvahs involving the priest having the mitzvah to provide a valuation or of what is being donated to the temple. So these are three separate mitzvahs because each of the laws regarding how they're done are a little different. All right. Thank you so much for joining me today. Have a great day in every way.